I'm here at the Kansas Statehouse with Representative Jim Denning of Overland Park. Jim, what was your reaction to the governor's State of the State address?
We've been asked about the long-term effect of what he laid out, and what the governor basically did is he gave Kansas another true roadmap of the future with very, very significant structural changes. The four major items that he laid out were, in order of importance to Johnson County, is school finance reform, a total rehaul of the Kansas tax laws, the Kansas retirement plan, which is known as CAPERS, and then converting Medicaid into a managed care plan. All four of those are totally structural changes for very, very long-term significant improvement in how Kansas does business.
The governor has set up an ambitious reform plan for school finance. What are your thoughts on that major reform effort?
The school finance reform, the reason why it's important for Johnson County is that since 1992, we've been limited on the amount of local money that we could raise for our schools. We've been basically shut down by statute. So the amount of money that we could raise locally has been capped, and we've been at that for several years. Now, what the new finance program calls for is for us to raise money locally and keep money. And that's important for Johnson County because these aren't exact numbers, but for every $3 in taxes that Johnson Countyans raise, we keep one and send two elsewhere, which is to the western counties to fund their schools. This finance formula will make that a bit fairer for Johnson County in that we can raise our own money, keep every dollar that we raise to a certain percentage. Now, the caveat to that is we have to make sure that we do have a fair and equitable finance system in place. That's according to the Constitution. So there will be a trigger, and so we don't get mired down in the math. But we can raise about 6% more than we are now and keep every dollar that we raise. After we raise more than 6%, then we're all automatically going to trigger another equalization factor, and then we'll be pretty much back to where we were before, since we fund so much of the state expenses with Johnson County dollars. We will raise money in Johnson County, and some of it will have to go west. That's just to satisfy the equalization formula. Over the last 10 years, we've all talked about that we want a flatter, a broader, a fairer tax. What the governor has proposed is just that, and that's the easy part, a broader, fairer, flatter tax. But to make that happen, you have to remove all exemptions. So what's important to me may not be important to you. So we're already having these don't touch my exemption because it's very important to me. The most important exemptions obviously are, the mortgage tax or the mortgage interest deduction. That's going to go away under his plan. Charitable contributions go away under his plan. The thing that we're not manipulating at this point in time is corporate tax rates. We're only concentrating on personal tax rates. But it's early in the session. We've not seen the tax bill. All we're doing right now is just talking hypothetically. When we see the tax bill, the mortgage interest deduction could certainly be there, untouched. The earned income credit, that's for low income families, that's been taken away. That could be back in the bill. So I'm not personally spending a lot of resource time fretting about the tax bill as I sit here today.
What are your personal main priorities as this session gets underway?
My background is in healthcare, and what I plan on introducing in this session is being referred to as a healthcare transparency bill. And what the bill hopefully will accomplish is that it'll give the consumer, which is the patient, and the doctor the exact amount of what is owed by the patient out of pocket at the time of service. We've tried to do this in the past, but technology did not exist to accomplish it, and it was mostly a paper trail or a phone process, which doesn't work in the business environment. So now we have electronic transaction sets that will be able to access the insurer's database and get the out-of-pocket back, the amount that the patient owes out of pocket, in probably 7 to 10 seconds. So this session I'll be introducing a bill that will be referred to as the Healthcare Transparency Bill.